studio when it hello, everybody. Welcome to Dream Do Done, your accountability podcast with the house you built yourself, Tamara Hartley, the pulpit chick, Serena Brown Travis, who's pulpit chicking right now. So she's here with us in spirit, and myself, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, the chief faithpreneur. We are so excited to see you. You know, you can count on us one ish every Monday afternoon. We have coined and cornered the market on that. And we're just thrilled that we have an opportunity to be together. And good afternoon to all of you who are tuning in live. And just type your name in the chat. You know, we have one of our Facebook family here, but we can't see your name. So thank you for joining in. If you're catching a replay, hashtag replay. It is the week of Thanksgiving, according to the commercial celebration. But hello, every day is a day. Hey, Carol. Every day is a day for Thanksgiving. So, you know, I go on my soapbox about waiting for holidays to celebrate people, love people. It's nice to set aside time, but you should be doing it every day. So,
Absolutely.
I'm just grateful for a lot. I'll get into that later. But Tamara Hartley, how are you doing, darling?
Hey, I am doing well. It has been a great week. I enjoy this time of year when people do slow down and say, you know what, let's take a break and be thankful. And you're right, we got to be thankful every day. We've had some amazing things happen all year. You know, if you go back through these shows, we always share our wins on the show. So it's just been an amazing year. Hard to believe that it's all about to wrap up and we're entering a new year.
Not
But
yet, not yet. Don't rush it. Oh my
look,
gosh.
I'm not the one rushing it. Time is pushing. But just so thankful just that we are here, that we're able to come and be with you every Monday. And when Stacey, every time she says that, I start thinking where we are. Like, we have been coining this thing, cornering this thing for almost 4 years. We're going on the fourth year.
Jeez Louise. Can you believe I can't believe it's been that long. Oh my goodness. And look at the journey. And hey, Stephanie Arnold, one of our sorors tuning in too. So we started with an idea. We said, hey, let's jump on. We didn't wait. We just moved forward with it. Everything that we talk about in this accountability podcast is what we live. So we started, we had different technology, then we upgraded. Let me upgrade you, right? We upgraded. We got fancy, we got intros, outros, and producing a whole show. We produced a journal that you all have invested in. You all have signed up for our masterclass, and we're on to the next level. Year 4. Like, this is our 3rd year in production. And some people in these 3 years, you've been thinking about doing something. You still
Absolutely.
been dreaming. In 3 years, you still dreaming. Honey, wake up. It's time
Yes.
to do so that you can get it done. Will it be perfect? Our
Nope.
first show was nowhere near perfect. We were trying to figure out how to make sure it broadcast and that we had every, but we started.
Yes.
We didn't
Wait.
have all of this when we started.
Look, our first show was like, can you hear us? Yeah. Can you see me on your end? Oh, we're live. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like, we try to look at the camera, we try to make sure we got the lights, and it's a whole situation. But here we are, ending our 3 year by the grace, 3rd year by the grace of God, and it's just a testament. We take this time out to be a support to you, no matter where you are on your journey. A lot of you are entrepreneurs, some of you are professionals, and you're like, look, I just get a kick out of tuning in, laughing with you all. You always have good content, resources, and surprise guests that come on, and we're leveling up what we provide for you through this show. And in this week of gratitude, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing it
Absolutely.
with your friends and letting us know through DMs and messages and even on the broadcast the subject matter that has been very impactful to you, what you've been able to garner from it, letting us know how our Dream Do Done journal has been a blessing to those of you who have invested in it. All of the Faithpreneur Weekend VIPs, they got their card. They were like, girl, this journal is amazing. And I'm like, I know, we spent a lot of time developing this product because we know how it is to have multiple things on your plate and you're trying to organize it all. And that whole superwoman, superman syndrome, it's overrated. you can't focus on everything and do everything well at the same time. You can do multiple things, but you're going to have to give something your attention. And
Yeah.
when you go to the site, you'll see how you can not only get your copy, but sign up so we can help continue to help you get that clarity, focus, action, and staying in action. And just grab your copy of the journal right on Amazon. Go ahead and purchase it. I'm telling you, it is worth it. I'm not just saying because we wrote it. You can go get a sample, see for yourself everything that we include and how we lay it out so that you're able to take action on a daily basis. So
Yes.
I just had to say we did a good job on that, if I say so myself.
Wait, and we actually use the journal. And it's so funny because when we even do the journal on the show and kind of recap and go over different sections of the journal, you hear us say, like, wow, that was powerful. That was good. Because when you get into it and you start using it, you see how useful it is. But I think we were just very thoughtful with all the different pieces that we included in it. It even awes us sometimes, and we're like, oh wow, that was good.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of when you do the work and you can come back and say, wow, I did that. I completed that. And it's a process. Everybody has a process. And we've shown you, we didn't have the journal year one. We came out with the journal the end of year two, launching into year three, but we had to work on it in between. And we set ourselves a plan of action. We share with you in the journal how you can lay it out. It didn't just
Yeah.
overnight, the journal just appeared. We had to
And,
put in some
and
time.
and if you watch the shows, we actually did it on the show.
Yes.
As far as like, okay, we're working on something special, a journal's coming. You kind of saw in real time us coming out with that, and it was so funny because, I'm a perfectionist and they always get on me about that. We almost held back without releasing it when we did because I was like, oh, well, maybe we should do this and this would be so great. It was like, you know what? We got to practice what we preach. We got to get it done, get it out there because the people who need it, they need it today, Tamara.
Absolutely. Look, I live by my second life lesson in action, despite the distraction. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting started so you have something to perfect. Inevitably, the first run of anything is going to have some imperfections. It's not that you don't work towards mastery, you work towards excellence, but if you miss a one letter, if there's one typo, if something is off, it can be corrected. But if you
Absolutely.
never start, if you never do it, then how in the world can it get better? I mean, there's just no way around it. Hey there, Myron. I love it. I love it. Thank you, my friend. Myron's been rocking with me since I was doing the Les Brown call every Monday night. And he's been just a treasure. Good to see you. So, today, in the spirit of being thankful, we're just going to share a couple of things. I found this as I was searching through online. And I thought it was kind of interesting. This is somebody else's work that they published, and I think you can even purchase it on Amazon if you want to support them. But it just made sense. I love these rules. And while we're thinking about the holidays, let's also be conscious of the fact that this is a difficult time for a lot of people. When the
Yeah.
holidays come around, we've lost a lot of loved ones more so than the normal. It always seems like the ending of the year is harder when you hear about funerals and loss. But thanks to the Rona Roman, it took so many lives in these last 2 years. And we want to be conscious of the fact that those who are struggling through this time, don't sit in silence. Reach out for help. There are support groups. There's so many outlets. There's Grief Share. There are all sorts of organizations that provide support when you're struggling through mental health issues. There are licensed therapists that can just help you find a plan to put one foot in front of the other, because when life hits, it hits.
It does.
We're not here to act like, oh, everything's always rosy. And if you just keep your chin up, you'll stay up. Hello, you're going to have some days, right? I tell people all the time, you're going to have some days where you want to tell folks to kick rocks with open toe shoes on. But if you're like Tamara and myself, you want to make it to heaven. So you don't. And you
Although
need
that is
to
one of my favorite things that Coco has taught me, kick rocks with open toe shoes.
with open toe shoes, girl. It's the open toe for me. But you refrain because you do realize that each of us go through this thing called life in different ways. And just being there for others, extending a kind word, giving a smile. We laugh a lot on this show. strategically. It's medicine, people. I don't like grumpy people. So their life has enough drama to begin with. But if we can find the joy even in the difficult moments, and if we can share that joy, then it makes the world a better place. And that's number one on this rule of life: smile. It always works out in the end, no matter how
Absolutely.
difficult, right? If you
Yes,
smile,
and
yes,
smiling is contagious, so
it is. It is. Like if somebody's really like, I love finding people with the mean grill and the miserable stuff because, honey, I will come up in there and change their whole world. Shift that atmosphere because that smile is contagious. And, I'll let you talk about number two. But before I get to pass it over to Tamara, smiling is important because yesterday I had something that could have not been a smile, right? My child was driving on his way home, car lights on fire, and then ultimately blows up. That could have been a very different scenario. This show could have been very different and non existent for me today had that story gone a different way. But even in the midst of what was happening, once he was safe, we could laugh and talk about it because he passed through it and it worked out in the end. So I don't take anything for granted. I don't take any moment for granted, but I'm not too stuck on myself that I can't laugh at even the most challenging of situations because
yeah,
what you gonna do, cry? It ain't gonna change nothing. So you might
yeah.
as well smile.
Absolutely. And it's so funny because my girls are always saying, like, Mom, you're just like, you're so strong and you don't do this. I said, well, one of the reasons I don't fall apart is because I don't feel like I can. If I'm all upset, I can't think of solutions. And honestly, that's what's needed in most situations. You need to be able to think. And I can't think while I'm doing it. I have my moments where I do break down, but it's after it's over and I'm more grateful for it than anything. But it's like you said, you got to focus on the solution.
Hmm. And you want to hit number two?
Sure. Look, we could do a whole show on number one. See how we
Yeah.
do? I thought we were done. No. Number two, be kind. Now, this is something that people take for granted. We always think that we have to like do so much for other people. Let's just start with being kind, treating people how you would like to be treated, or treating people how you want your children to be treated. Let me put it that way because people understand that. Be kind to people, show some compassion, some empathy, say hello, be kind, help someone. Every chance you get, you should try to help someone and just be kind. People, you don't know what people's are going through. You don't know what walk they are. You don't know where they are in their life. Being kind just means, you know what, we're all humans and we're in this together. Just be kind.
Yeah, you have the power to make people feel good. It's so amazing. I had to do a little bit of shopping, the grocery. I'm trying to get ahead of the game this year. I'm like, let me not be the last minute. And folks can get real crazy in these here supermarkets. So this lady was on the checkout line and she had one little piece of fish. And she was like, can I go? I said, ma'am, go on ahead, honey. Live your best life. It's all right. Like she only
It's
got one piece
okay.
of fish. And then the rest of us, face is all messed. I said, Jesus be offense. So you can help influence other people's actions because when I said that, then it made the other person feel guilty not to let her go up. She got one piece of fish. You can't let the woman go. Just saying. Lord have mercy. But keeping it moving. Number three, don't give up. If it doesn't work the first time, find another way. We've talked about this on the show numerous times that if you fail your way to success, fail fast and forward because what it shows you is what not to do next time. So what
Yeah.
if it doesn't work? You're
Yeah.
figuring it out. Be gentle with yourself and allow the learning that comes with when it doesn't go right the first time.
Absolutely. I don't even look at it as a failure. When we look at say failure, it sounds like it's bad. Really, it's not. You just learn something new. You know what not to do next time. All right.
Exactly.
Number four, don't compare. Everyone's on a different journey.
Ooh,
This is
hold
so
on. I need to drop a bomb on that.
it is so true. So you've heard me these last months talking about my son who tore his ACL and didn't get to play his senior year. One of the things he learned from that, and he told it to me too. He said he wanted to get a tattoo, but that's another show. He said that it would say everyone has their own path to greatness and that you really can't compare yourself to other people. When we start comparing ourselves to other people, I think that's what opens up that competition thing. You're on your own time frame. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, whether you think you are or not. You made those choices and it pushed you back, but you're here now and this is where you're supposed to be and this is where you're starting from. Don't compare yourself to other people. I know we got social media and
Mhm.
IG and all those stories that show the best of everyone's life. But you don't know what's happening when IG goes down. So just don't compare yourself to others. It's not worth it. Concentrate on yourself and where you are and your own journey.
Absolutely, because the energy you put there, you're taking away from the energy that you can put into dreaming, doing, and getting it done.
Yeah,
Hello.
absolutely.
I'm just saying. So avoid negativity. You know, I love this one. Avoid negative thoughts, situations, and people. I don't know who's old enough to remember that little play. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, don't even come in my immediate area or circle, because that kind of energy is toxic. And it
It
can
is.
really just spin you off into feeling some kind of way. You don't even know why you feeling some kind of way. What's wrong with you? I don't
Right.
know, because you got the wrong negative energy around you. Nah, look, as the kids say, nah, son, I'm not doing I'm not about that life. Miss me with that.
Wait. So I have a confession. I'm about to reveal something about my personality that y'all might not know. So,
Uh-oh.
talking about avoid negativity, my son and I were home alone the other night. I said, "Hey, son, you want to play some Phase 10?" He says, "No, mom, I don't need none of that toxic, none of that toxicity tonight." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because apparently, when I play, I get very serious and competitive, and he
Oh,
just didn't feel like dealing with it. He was like, "No."
that's why we sisters, because I'm just as bad. Don't let a spades game or a bitwist
Come
game come
on,
on,
come
honey. I
on.
turn into a whole different person.
And Monopoly, oh, they my kids don't even want to play with me. Okay,
Look,
yeah, I just thought I would share that.
oh my goodness. Look, we're gonna have to play when I get to Ohio. I gotta make a special trip to Ohio. So me, you, Serena, we gotta have a Monopoly game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We might have to tape that. That could be comedy for everybody watching us play a game, because we're all competitive by nature.
I get so serious. Okay.
Oh Lord
Number
Jesus.
6. So this is a good one for me to share. Make peace with your past. My book is all about making peace with your past when I talk about my life lessons that I've learned. But, I went from blaming everyone to not blaming anyone, because I recognize that, we really have to make peace with our past. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive others. The first lesson is our parents are people too, because a lot of times our parents get the brunt of why we are not where we need to be in life. So you really need to make peace with your past. Focus on being present and creating a better future. A lot of times you're mad at people who are living their best life right now. They're not worried about why you're mad and you're stuck in a place. You got to learn to forgive people, get beyond it. But at the end of the day, nobody is perfect, not even you. So you have to forgive other people and be able to move on. And even it's for your peace of mind to let those things
Absolutely.
go. If you need to have conversations, have them, because that's part of a healing process. If you need to do that, do it. Whatever you need to do to get through it, but don't hold on to that stuff and take it into the new you. Definitely do not do that.
Absolutely. Just let it go. What's that Disney show, Frozen? Let it go.
Let
Okay,
it
I don't
go. Look, we both start off on two different wrong keys. Now, if
wrong
Serena
keys.
was here, she knows she could have
She
carried
know.
that.
She know. She would know. We wrong and strong, but we knew it was from Frozen. Oh my lord, I haven't been able to even make it through that thing. My nieces were so into that Frozen craziness, and then my sister loves the line, "Mother
No,
knows best." I'm like, okay, so it's just bringing it in my head. But yeah, make peace with your past is huge, because we can sit there too long and just don't get the opportunity, as this says, creating a better future. So good job to HP or whoever this is that created this nice little 7 rules. We'll wrap it up with: take care of your body and mind. One struggles to survive without the other. That's so true,
it really is.
because, you know, I noticed that a couple of pounds were trying to visit, right? When I was a little busy and started munching on what I had let go. You have to take care of your mind and your body. They work together just so that you can do all of the great things that you're dreaming about, that you started doing, that you want to actualize when you see it done. And if you don't take that time to create that harmony in your life, then it's going to be lopsided, and it's going to be hard to sustain what you want to see out of life. So, this was a great reminder in this week of Thanksgiving. 7 things, 7 rules that you can live by. This is one person who said, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to sell this. They're selling this on Amazon. So you can go and buy a poster. There's so much creativity out here in the
Yeah.
world, and we're so busy trying to be so perfect and get everything lined up while somebody else is executing. So let this be a reminder that
Mhm.
time waits on no one. We've seen what is happening each day, day to day. There's some new challenge, something else hits the news, something we just don't know. So use your moments and use these 7 rules and do something with yourself. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Someone told me one time, and I don't know who it was. I think it was at some kind of a motivational training or something. It says that what God wants in the world is going to be in the world. He tried to use you and you didn't want to do it, so he had to share it with someone else.
Oh,
And
that
so
would hurt your
have you
feelings.
ever have you ever had that happen? You see something come out like, oh my goodness, that was my idea. I thought of the
Mhm.
snuggie. I thought of that, but you didn't execute, so it was destined to be in the world. God tried to use you, but you were sleeping on it, and He had to pass it on to
Mm.
someone else. Don't let what's inside of you have to be passed on to someone else because you just won't take the action.
Woo, that needs some horns. You better go ahead with that one, Tamara. Yes, indeed. That's the truth. That hurts somebody's feelings. But we hope in a good way that
Yes.
it moves you to action. Our tagline is from process to progress. We all have a different process. We all go through a different journey, but the goal is we're going through. We're not getting stuck. And as long as you keep moving, you can't help but to build traction. That's just what happens when you move.
Yeah.
So you need to just continue to be surrounded with those reminders. And that's what our podcast does for you every week. It allows you to remember that we're not going to be here allowing you to be just comfortable with status quo, to be average. We're going to
Mm.
keep pushing you. We're going to keep inspiring you and entertaining you.
That's right. Look, and showing by example. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
not just preaching it to you. We're actually doing these things every single week. We're doing these things ourselves and going to the next level, the next level, and the next level. We're doing it right in front of you. We're with you.
Yes. Look, and you just reminded me, I didn't share my big stretch. Looking at your shirt, being actor in your life, I am now an actress.
Yes.
I
Oh,
was
yes.
in my first theatrical production. Let me give myself a round of applause.
Wait, and it's so funny because what you're talking about is an actor noun. This is an
Mhm.
actor verb. That's when you had to
Absolutely.
put
And
things
look,
to action. But congratulations on that because that's no easy feat. We were joking back in our green room about how people think it's easy to jump on stage or to jump in a movie or, do a commercial, like even some of the commercials and stuff that I do. It does take work. You have to work on that craft. I saw those photos. You look like you were enjoying it, like you were doing a good job in the photo. So I know you did a great job.
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing and it was a stretching. And it wasn't on my Q4 bucket list. It was an opportunity that God provided and I said yes. And we've talked about it on this show before. What's stopping you from trying something new? This was new. And I did both the actor verb and the actor now, right? I had to do, they had to merge in order for me to hit that stage with 67 pages of dialogue, never doing this before, and trusting the process that I was able to
Yeah.
learn from incredible actors, director, stage manager, sound engineer. So shout out to Black Spectrum Theater. Shout out to my new theater family because it was an incredible, incredible experience. And I told Tamara in the green room, I've been bit. So you never
So
know.
we will see. So you may see her on a screen or stage somewhere near you.
You never know. You never know. But the journey continues. Process to progress. Dream do done. We're here for you each and every week. So, Tamara, you want to close us out today?
Look, I just want to tell everybody have a happy and safe Thanksgiving weekend, whether you're traveling, whether you're staying in. Just enjoy yourself. Take this time to not only just be thankful, but to reflect on where you are right now, where you want to be, how you want to kick off the new year that's coming. We'll talk more about that, but just use this time to reflect, rest, be with family and friends, check on people because, like Stacy said, we've had so much loss this last year or so, and even more so because of this pandemic. Just make sure you check on people, even if you just spend your day calling folks on the phone. You do know what that is. When you go like this and call them, do that. But enjoy the holiday season. I'm thankful that you're tuning in and still rocking with us for 3 years straight. Thankful for you and just wish everyone a happy holidays.